This is Radio 2 on BBC Sounds.
And on your smart speaker.
Play BBC Radio 2.
We're the BBC News at 7 o'clock. This is Jason Kay. Food retailers and manufacturers have been reacting to the government's idea for supermarkets to introduce a voluntary cap on the cost of some basic items, such as bread and milk. Ministers say that discussions are at an early stage. The Food and Drink Federation says the cost of ingredients, energy, labour and packaging had gone up so much that some price rises had to be passed on. The British Retail Consortium said the government's idea wouldn't make any difference. Julian Jessup from the Institute of Economic Affairs agrees.
I'm not very keen. I think at best it's a bit of harmless public relations. Prices are probably going to be falling anyway over the next few months. But I am concerned that the supermarket sector already operates on very thin profit margins. And there is a risk that if some prices are held down, supermarkets might try and compensate in other ways by maybe reducing quality, reducing quantity, or raising prices for those goods that aren't capped.
Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who's ruled the country for 20 years, seems to be heading for 5 more years in power after today's runoff presidential election. Media reports suggest he's narrowly beaten his opponent, Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu. The Mr. Erdogan has declared victory now. He addressed his jubilant supporters from the top of a bus in Istanbul. Devon and Cornwall police say 2 men in their 20s have died after being pulled from the water off the coast of Torbay yesterday morning. One of them was declared dead at the scene. The second man died after being taken to hospital. Football and Everton have avoided relegation from the Premier League on the last day of the season. They beat Bournemouth 1-0 at Goodison Park. The result means that Leicester City and Leeds United will be going down to the Premiership alongside Southampton, whose relegation was already confirmed. Abdoulaye Doucouré scored what proved to be the winner for the Toffees.
Doucouré with a volley! Oh, Doucouré with a volley! Sheer delirium inside Goodison Park! What a sweet strike from Doucouré! Oh, he hit that! It travelled like a rocket, gave the keeper no chance, and Everton are doing it again! A last day escape!
In Formula 1, the Monaco Grand Prix has been won by the defending world champion Red Bull's Max Verstappen. He's now 39 points clear of his nearest rival in the Drivers' Championship. Aston Martin's Fernando Alonso came second and Esteban Ocon third for Alpine. He was delighted with the result.
Esti on the podium, baby! We've done it. It was a superb weekend. We didn't make a wrong foot any time. Even when we put the Inter tyres, it was the perfect lap to do so. And I'm just enjoying the moment now. It's been a while since I've been on the podium, and I hope this is the first of many.
And the weather, it'll remain dry. Scotland will have a cold night with temperatures there in some areas dropping close to freezing. And that's the BBC News at 7:03. Time now for the travel news from Orna Merchant.
Jason, thank you very much. And I'll start with some good news as well, because the M20, so it had it held in both directions where the Operation Brock traffic management was going on between 8 at Leeds Castle and 9 at Ashford. That's where they stacked the lorries ahead of crossing the channel when it gets really congested. So what's happening now is you've still got the traffic management in place, but the police incident has finished. It's now over, so no traffic is being held anymore. You've got a contraflow to use though, and the traffic is actually moving quite well through that at the moment. Then Edinburgh, we've had delays on surrounding routes of the city centre. That's because of the Edinburgh Marathon Festival, which has been going on today, and still quite a few areas to watch out for really. Musselburgh, also Wallingford, Prestonpans and Port Seaton. And Old Trafford, it's match traffic just making its way back really, but Chester Road looking heavy, Trafford Road, Talbot Road, the Mancunian Way, all the usual places. The M6, we've had a breakdown, 19 at Knutsford, 1 lane closed southbound. Northbound, 16 at Crewe to 17 at Sandbach, another one there as well with 1 lane closed. The M1 reopened northbound between 8 at Hemel Hempstead and 9 at Redbourne after the accident which closed 3 lanes, but the queues were back to the M25 at 6A and still looking busy out of London. M1 around 10 at Luton, that's improving now, but there was a broken down coach in one of the lanes. And the A13 still very congested westbound. It's near the Beckton roundabout. That's the displaced traffic really because of the Ride London event from earlier, which was closed. We're closing quite a few routes in Essex. And the M25 very slow along the bottom, 7 at the M23. 2 lanes are now closed, and that's for an accident. Jules has more travel in the morning. Tony.
Thank you very much.
Now, Tony Blackburn's Golden Hour. BBC Radio 2.
And a message to that broken down coach, pull yourself together, for goodness sake. Thank you very much to Sean Keaveney for a really great show this evening. Thank you very much, Sean. I'm Tony Blackburn. Just call me
Young man